who's going to keep wicket? Ryan Rickleton. I'm joking, it'll be Kyle Verena. He'll be keeping wicket. In terms of the starting 11, we haven't finalized that. We'll finalize it on the morning of the game.
Hi, Temba. I'm Zima. I work with the Hindustan Times newspaper. If I remember right, you were one of the most restrained at the time when people wanted it at Lord's. I mean, at least you didn't show much emotion, show being the operative word here. Now, a few months down the line and a great series draw against Pakistan, has it kind of sunk in? How does it feel to be the world champions of Test cricket now?
Yeah, I think it has sunk in. I think whenever we go into series, there's a lot more of an expectation, you know, for us as a team to, I guess, uphold the whole champion status. Doesn't really change anything from our point of view, but I think from a confidence point of view, it's just a case of us kind of walking proudly with that badge, being known as the champions, the current champions at this point. We have a lovely opportunity now coming up against India in their own conditions. Not many bigger challenges than that, so another opportunity for us to kind of stamp ourselves with that label.
Hi, Temba, in the month of November here, it's always like very tricky to like choose your playing 11, whether you should go for 3 simmers or 3 spinners. So are you also going through that dilemma at the moment, or you are sorted in your mind that okay, this is my challenge?
Yeah, look, I mean, we haven't finalized the team. Ordinarily we would have, but it's all those different, I guess, consideration. The ball does seem to swing here in Kolkata, probably a little bit more than what we are accustomed to play against, to playing in India. So, you know, there's obviously the consideration of the extra spinner, but obviously it being subcontinent as well, you want to make sure that you have your resources from a spin point of view. I don't think too much changes from a batting point of view. We'll always select your best 6 batters, however way we go. But yeah, it's probably more from a bowling point of view. And look, we'll take the luxury of giving ourselves the extra day. And today, have a look at the wicket to make sure that we are clear on whatever starting 11 we put out for the game.
So from that point of view, do you think it's kind of really hard the momentum of both of them to get back in the match?
Look, it's obviously quite sad for us as the players, but I think the fans as well. The fans would have wanted an opportunity to properly celebrate the team. But be as it may, you know, we are in that position now. This Test series becomes our festive season for us, so you know we'll try and make the most of it. I think obviously a lot of support and appreciation has been given to us, you know, for being victors. And I think probably us being seen outside of the big 3, I think it is a bit of more of a victory than anything. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that we're in this position. But I think quite positive that we'll be playing 14 tests, a little bit more than the last test cycle. We're still crying for a little bit more tests. We'd love to play against teams like your India, England and Australia. We'll have this opportunity in the test cycle. Maybe not just 2 tests, maybe 3 tests. That'll be fun. But yeah, we'll take what we have at this point. Yeah, it's always nice to get a look into their bowlers. Indian A side had a very good bowling attack. I think most of the guys have played international cricket. I think it's only Harsha, the left arm spinner. So yeah, it's always good to have a look in. And saying that, they also get to have a look in at me as well. So you know, it kind of works in that advantage. But I think for me the biggest thing was having come off a long layoff of Test cricket, getting back on the field, proving my fitness to myself and everyone around, spending some time at the crease. I think that was important, and trying to make whatever adjustments that I need to make with conditions here in the subcontinent. So yeah, thought it was a good exercise. Spent a lot of time on my feet in the field, but yeah, thought it was a good exercise. I think obviously winning the World Test Championship, I think not much can trump that. But second to that, I think would be winning in India. It's something that's, I won't even say it's eluded us, but we haven't been able to do for the longest of time. So I mean that's definitely up there in terms of ambition. And I think over the next 2 weeks, that's what we'll be pushing towards. So coming to India, it's never easy. We understand the magnitude of the challenge. Some of us in the group, there've been moments of hurt having come from India, so we know what it's about. So yeah, we look forward to the challenge. Should be exciting looking at the makeup of both teams. Fantastic players within the Indian team, but a little bit of inexperience. Similarly with our side, but guys who wanna match up to the best in the world. So I think it should be exciting series.
Temba, just on the subject of Kuldeep, he's sort of like an unusual bowler even today in international cricket. As a batsman yourself and collectively as a group, how do you prepare for somebody like that?
Yeah, so I think for myself it was the first time me actually facing him, so that was quite nice. I'd rather face him in an A game than here in Kolkata. That's if he plays. I think it takes a little bit of time to get used to him. Not a massive turner on the ball, but he can obviously deceive you off the wicket with the ball turning in and turning away. I think it's just really giving yourself that extra bit of time to understand the little nuances that he has. But I mean, in my little bit that I got to face him last week, you can see why India have a lot of faith in him. Definitely a guy who's a wicket taker. So we'll obviously have to keep our wits about him. But I think like all their bowlers, they all have the ability to take wickets. We'll have to take care of them and give them the respect that they deserve. The fitness issue, that hasn't gone away, so I can't really say anything positive there. From a captaincy point of view, look, that was the 2023 World Cup. It wasn't the greatest of World Cups for me from a batting point of view, so you can understand why the criticism would have come from that point. And I think that's probably more from a player point of view. From the captaincy point of view, I think for me, it's always felt as if it's a process of discovery. You're always kind of learning a little bit more about yourself. You start off with maybe an understanding of as to how you want to go about things from a leadership point of view. But then as time goes by, as things happen, you work with different coaching. That generally come to evolve. I think now, I'm a lot more comfortable in my own skin. There's no case of having to prove to myself, prove to the players, or prove to people back home that I'm deserving of the title. I think the results that we've achieved, that speaks for itself. And I think the type of reaction that I get from the players, I think that also speaks for itself. So, the criticism, all of that, that's not going to go away. For as long as you're in these type of positions, you're always going to be, the magnifying glass is always going to be on you. So, that's just something that you've got to accept. And I think now, probably take it a little bit more day by day, if that kind of makes sense. You obviously have your ambitions and expectations as to how you go about things, but you also know that life can happen, cricket can happen. You come against other opposition who are as good as you are, and on their day, they can show you up. So, yeah, I try to take it day by day. Just try to enjoy it as well. I think that's probably the bigger one. Just try to enjoy it. Coming here to India, like I said, big challenge as a team, as a better point of view. You want to be successful in these type of conditions. I think it's just those type of things that you just take within your stride with a little bit more glee.
There were many comments by what it like to. When you hear such comments, does it make it the dressing room more hungrier? Does it want to make you believe that we can do it again, we want to do the world and prove that wrong?
No, well, I mean, from an ambition point of view, we've started the test cycle with the ambition of seeing ourselves in the final again. And that's for ourselves as a team. You know, we have our own goals. We know where we want to be as a team, and we know at what point we want to start measuring ourselves up. We know that, you know, after 2 years, we can't consider that as a proper legacy. Yes, winning the Test Championship, that's big in a lot of ways, but we'd like to see ourselves after 4 years where we measure up as a team. So I think all the commentary in and around, I think that's just a part of the game. You know, I think that just keeps everyone excited and engaged. There's not much that we can really do but control what we do out there on the field, and wherever comes our way, we play our best cricket, and we make sure that we get the result on our side. So, yeah, I don't think anyone got any emotional about it. I think the guys just kind of laughed at it, to be honest, within the squad, within the team that is. But we stay the course. We continue doing what we set out to do 2 years ago.
How is it like to play this iconic sold out
Yeah, I'm super excited. It's not every day you get to play against a crowd of that size, especially Test cricket. So I'm super excited from that point of view. The other guys as well, they buzzing to go. I think historically as well, it's always nice to be a part of those type of moments. So we'd like to make it a positive one in terms of the results. But yeah, I think it will be. Again, I think it will be a good advert for Test cricket. You know, around the world, you know, we've been complaining about stadiums not being filled up. We've got a little bit of a similar issue back home. So I think this again will show that Test cricket is alive and kicking. And I think again it just speaks to the fact that we have an exciting series lined up for us. Yeah, I mean, our analysis guy, he would have done all of that, and he would have presented that data to us. I met up with Kane at an awards evening here in India a couple of months ago. I tried to ask him for some pointers. He wasn't too open about it all, but he did say that make sure that you win the toss. So I'll be practicing my coin tossing skills. But yeah, I think you just got to play good cricket. You know, I mean, it's as easy but as hard as that when you come to India. You know the type of questions that they are going to ask from a bowling point of view, from a batting point of view. I believe our preparation is as good as it could have been. I was just making sure that we stand up to the occasion. And I think similar to the Test Championship, you're going to need certain guys to stand up and make big plays. Aiden did it for us in the final. KG was there with the ball. You come up against a formidable side like India in their own conditions. Those are the type of things that you're going to require.
Hi, Temba. Temba, how winning the World Test Championship has changed South Africa cricket? I mean, in terms of belief and in terms of shedding that dreaded C word.
Look, I think back home, I do feel like there's been a major shift in mindset towards the Proteas, towards cricket. I think there's been a lot more appreciation and love that's been shown towards the team, but also to individuals within the team. I think for myself personally, probably a lot more, appreciation for my presence within the team. So I guess that's something that's been good. From a joker's point of view, look, I really don't think that it was something that was for this team, for this group of guys. We have a lot of young guys here. Some of the guys weren't even born when World Cups that happened back then, where we didn't go over the line. So really not for this team to kind of walk around with. But I think for some of us, some older guys who've been at ICC events and we've come up short, it has probably brought a little bit of relief, but also stronger belief that if you keep going, if you keep pushing, things are bound to happen. So yeah, I think confidence is probably the biggest word back home, but I think for us as a team, and I think now for us it's about being confident that we can continue being number one team.
Thank you.
Thank you.